My beautiful people, Lily here, tuned into your favorite podcast in the world, Make Your Point. Hope you guys are all doing fantastic and are ready for a tip on how not to screw it up on your Tinder dates. Today we're going to talk about the wild, wild west. Just kidding. The wild world of dating apps. Focusing on Tinder because there are 75 millions of us currently active on it. 75 million. That's a whole ton of people. But hang on. We're not just talking about any type of matches. We're actually going to talk about the golden nuggets. The guys who are ready to commit and want a long-term relationship other than the usual fling. Now, I know what you're thinking. Long-term relationships on Tinder, right? Is that even possible, Lily? Trust me, I get it. You've probably swiped so many times that your thumb is already about to fall off and you're getting a little bit disillusioned. But seriously, guys, hear me out. All you MYPs out there, hear me out. It's all about knowing how to filter, what to look for, and how to present yourself. These little things can increase your chances of finding a long-term partner. Simple as that. We're going to crack the code together on how to create a profile that attracts the right attention, how to spot the signs of a guy who's ready to commit, and how to make a meaningful connection that can lead to something deeper than just your average quick swipe, ladies and gentlemen. Whether you're new on Tinder or have been there for millions and millions of years like I have, I promise you there's something to learn for everyone. Number 1, creating a profile that attracts the right attention. Now, when it comes to creating a profile, it's all about authenticity. Be real. There's no need to be fake, especially if you're looking for something long term. Post clear, recent photos that represent you accurately, preferably in different contexts that reveal something about your interest or personality. I was talking to a guy actually yesterday because I'm currently on Tinder right now, and he was asking for a video chat, and I'm not really into video chats if I don't have makeup and I'm not ready for it, because obviously you want the first impression to be the best impression. And I asked the guy why he wanted to video chat so bad, and he was telling me that he actually wrote, as said, have you been catfished before? And this is his response, literally word by word. In regards to being catfished, not really. About 4 years ago, after I got out of a seven-year relationship, I was on Bumble for a few months and only ended up meeting up with 2 girls. Both of them matched their profile identity. However, both of them matched. Okay, he repeated that. But I imagine the pictures that were on the profile were probably taken 5 to 10 years prior. I don't want to be mean, so I won't get into specifics, but I think you get the picture. So what he's trying to say is that don't post pictures that are from years back, still trying to relive your young years, because once you meet them face to face, they're going to see the reality, the truth. And if you don't look like your pictures, you're going to put yourself in a position where he's going to either confront you or take you out on the first date, and if he's too shy to leave you then and there, he's probably going to stick it out and you'll probably never hear from him again. And vice versa to the men out there. Sometimes men like to put their earlier, younger pictures. I am 30 years old, so I'm looking for something or someone in the age gap between 35 to 45, so somewhere more in the older crowd. And a lot of guys do put their younger pictures, and when I meet them in person, they look a little older, a little bit more bald, or a lot more wrinkles, which, you know, to each their own. Some beauty's in the eye of the beholder, but just try to be honest, because if you're already trying to hide your pictures, that's already showing the insecurities, and that's not a good start. Now, next up, on your profile, you best believe you need to write a thoughtful and upbeat bio that tells a bit about yourself and what you're looking for. Don't just write a one-line sentence. You guys actually have to write a bio that shares a little bit about what you think or how you think. If religion is a big factor to you, you need to write that down so that when somebody else is reading it, they can either accept or decline. Some people are not everybody's going to be into what you like. So it's best to go ahead and be honest in that portion. Now, I also mentioned upbeat. You guys, this is so important. We don't want to air out our dirty laundry on the bio section. A secure and complete person, what that means is that they've already taken care of that. Yes, we all have prior pasts that may be good, may be bad, but in order to be able to date somebody, you guys need to have all that baggage, either or find a solution through therapy, find a solution with you guys, close that chapter of your life. So some non-upbeat bios is like, you guys better be 5'5" or else. I've seen stuff like that. Just preferences of those sorts. And now be specific about your interests and your values. This will help attract matches who resonate with them. Now, remember, you're not trying to appeal to everyone, but to the kind of man who's looking for a long-term relationship. You need to write indicators literally of what long-term relationship means to you. So if long-term relationship means a partner, a life partner, that's different from marriage and having kids. So go ahead and write that down there, because there's a lot of people that I've seen as well, maybe have their own kids and don't want more kids, or don't want kids at all. So that's very important and a very critical problem that will become bigger in the long run if you guys don't address it, even right now, even like in the beginning stages of dating. So do that. And part of what a long-term relationship means to you might even be as simple as weekend getaways, cooking together, or just shared hobbies between one another. 2, spotting the signs of a guy ready to commit. Now, look for profiles that hint at stability, first of all, consistency, and future-oriented thinking. So what does this look like? Maybe a mention like of a steady job, a love for routine, hints of a long-term goals or dreams, or maybe just even owning a pet. That's a sign of responsibility. It just depends on what responsibility means to you. If you don't know, I suggest you to go in your corner of your bed, and I don't know why the corner, like time out, and actually write down what this means to you. Because if you don't have that already sorted out, then when you're actively looking, how do you know what you're going to be looking for? So that's very important. Now, with the pictures, I've developed some sort of routine or like steps on how to select which guys I do. I like to look at where they're at on the pictures. So if they're in the bathroom mirror, in the bathroom, those I tend to swipe left. Like, you need to have a little bit more responsibility of how you take your pictures and how you come off to people. So maybe if they have pictures of them in a nice house, with a car, it doesn't have to be an expensive car. A car just means that, they're able to get around, they're responsible, they have car payments, insurance. Maybe they're traveling around, they have money to travel. A sign of any type of money means that they're ambitious, that they're some sort of successful. Again, successful is in the eye of the beholder. And those types of signs will take you to a better direction than just choosing anything and anybody maybe them near a trash can. I don't know. I've seen the craziest pictures on people that they choose to put up on Tinder, and I'm like, why? Honestly, sometimes I want to match with them just to ask them why they chose those certain pictures. I'm not the greatest picture taker, but I do like to put some effort so that people know my interests. I have interests like going to hiking. I have interests with my family, so I have pictures with them there, and my friends. I go out with my friends, so that can be seen through the pictures. Now, once you've matched, pay attention to the conversation that is between you and him and her, whoever you guys are talking to. Does he ask about your life and interest, or is the conversation mainly on the surface level area? So for example, if they're talking to you about how's the weather, surface, what sign are you, surface, they're not actually trying to get to know you. Does he talk about his future? Does he include you in it, even in the most subtle ways? So for example, it can be trying to talk about even the next date, seeing you on the next date. Now, is he interested in knowing your thoughts on important topics, or is he just making small talk? These could for sure be signs that he's ready for something more than just a casual fling. So if he's just talking about going back to his home with you and having more drinks, then what can you expect? Or if he's telling you, let me take you back home and let's set something up for next Saturday or for whenever, then you're seeing that he's thinking more of the long run than just the casual fling. 3, making meaningful connections. And we already kind of talked about this on number 2. To forge meaningful connections, it's important to move beyond the small talk and have something deeper, more personal conversations. Share things about your life, for example, and encourage them to do the same. So asking the right questions is very important. Some examples would be, do you visit your family? Do you drink a lot? But don't ask like that. Go ahead and ask, how often do you drink? What do you normally do on your free time? So these are more conversations about getting to know them rather than, oh, what's your favorite color? Or even, when is your birthday? It's an okay question to ask, I guess. You need to know people's birthday, but you don't really get anything off of that except when they celebrate and when they celebrate the year that they were born. And make sure that he's asking you the questions back, because you don't want to have a one-sided conversation. And if you do, that's already a red flag, ladies and gentlemen. I was gonna say girl. Show interest in his viewpoints and experiences. If he's someone that you like and you're engaging in the conversation, don't hesitate either to take the initiative. Men, women, don't be shy. Suggest a virtual date or a phone call if you're comfortable. And this can help deepen the connection, especially when you first match, you're texting, and sometimes the texts start going dry. That is because, and they start going dry because, not because of the people, but because sometimes you need to go into the next steps in order to deepen the connection. So I'm pretty sure that those who are on Tinder and those who are not, there's always bios that mention, I don't want a pen pal, because people tend to just communicate and text and then they don't take it anywhere else. I take it from 0 to 100, where it's like, I'm texting, let's meet, rather than text, phone call, video call, and then let's meet. I think that's more proper to avoid wasting time, because I've wasted my time with so many people that I'm a conversationalist. I know how to ask questions, but sometimes for example, okay, great example. I don't find out until the date that they don't want kids and I do want kids. So that's already a red flag. And not a red flag, it's just something that we look different towards our future. So it's not going to combine very well in the long term. It's not going to be something sustainable because we have two different goals in the future, and kids are a big thing. Now, developing a meaningful connection takes time, and it's important not to rush the process. Although we hate the process, learn to enjoy the journey of getting to know each other, and remember the goal is to find a match that's right for you, not just any type of match. And that is it, my beautiful NYPs. With these tips, I'm confident you'll be able to navigate Tinder a little bit more effectively and hopefully increase your chances of finding a partner who's looking for a long-term relationship just like you.